All right. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are joining us from. On behalf of Mobile Web Ghana, in partnership with US Embassy Ghana, I want to warmly welcome you to today's session under the American Spaces Support and Strategic Programming, which is part of our career development series. My name is Estella Hild Anneman, and I'm the coordinator for American Corner. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. So sorry for the technical glitch that we had just a minute ago. And so I mentioned that we are so excited to have you here join us for this important conversation, which is focused on helping position people for opportunities in today's competitive world of work. And so today's topic and personal branding secrets that attract recruiters. So today's session will help you to understand how to stand out, build credibility, and intentionally create opportunities for ourselves. And today we are so honored to have an amazing facilitator with us today. Her name is Toby Jane Davidson. Is a career development advocate, youth mentor, and founder of Career 360. Through her work with Generation Ghana, Career 360, and No Excuse Circle, pardon me. She has helped many young people build employability skills, strengthen their personal brands, and position themselves for both local and global opportunities. So please join me to welcome Toby Jane Davidson. Over to you, please.
All right, thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much, Estella. I'm super grateful for the opportunity to be here. All right, thank you. I think I see Talia and Peter. Thank you guys for joining in. All right, yeah, we're live. All right, so just let's start. Thank you so much. Just let me know when you can see my screen, right? All right. Okay. And
Your screen now. Yeah.
all right, awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so my name is Toby Jane Davidson, and I'm going to be running you through in the next 45 minutes the key secrets that attract recruiters using your resume or your CV, your LinkedIn, and your personal branding strategies. All right, and just sit tight because it's about to be explosive. And the first thing that we need to attend to as any subject matter is understand why are we here? Why does my, having these key secrets in my resume for my LinkedIn profile? Isn't LinkedIn just like Instagram? I just need to post and leave. What's it about personal branding? Is it because I just need to fake it till I make it? Do I just need to look so beautiful for the gram? And just a quick story before we start, I remember seeing a particular reel, and a lady was like, "You're asking me that I don't look like my profile picture in person." And I'm not supposed to look like my profile picture in person. I want to look the best version of myself that is delusional in my mind. All right. And as funny as that sounds, it goes to tell you the digital world that we live in. And the most important thing about doing your work is not actually doing your work. It's about being visible as you do your work. All right. Because if you're not visible, all right, you are not approachable. And that means there's so many opportunities that are actually going to pass you by once the right people cannot find you. All right. So why does this matter? Recruiters don't find the best candidates. Somebody's like, why would you say that? I thought that's their work. All right. But that was before. But right now, recruiting, all right, getting opportunities is not left to recruiters alone. The first phase of actually recruiting is handled by what we call AI. It's a digital space that we are right now. And so you would discover right now that if you're not clearly positioned as a candidate, all right, whether for a job, a role, a contract, or for opportunities, you are actually not visible to the most important people. Because when you talk about your resume, when you talk about your LinkedIn profile, the first people that are going to look out for you are not even recruiters, is their AI, their ATS systems. So the recruiters don't find the best candidates. Job seekers are not going to find the best candidates. They usually will find the most visible candidates. I'm going to give you a scenario. You are the best graduating student in your class. You have a strong portfolio, but you have zero positioning on social media, and you have also not tailored your resume to be to stand out in a job recruiting process. There's a likelihood that even though you're qualified for the job, you are not going to be found by recruiters. Why? Because the system has changed. All right. So your CV is already getting scanned in 6 to 10 minutes. When you submit your resume, the first tool that will probably scan it, if you're using LinkedIn, is going to be the LinkedIn ATS itself, followed by the ATS of the organization you're applying to. And once the machine doesn't understand that you're a good candidate, what it's looking for is what you have written down. So if you are not clearly positioned using strategies of SEO, keywords, positioning, tricks, and secrets, there's a likelihood you will not even get the job, even though you are the best candidate for the job. So recruiters don't find the best candidates. They actually get the well-positioned one. They find the most visible candidates. All right. So your LinkedIn profile is also your first impression. Sounds like I'm so good. I'm so much better. There are so many people speaking jargons on LinkedIn, but they are visible. So that means they're approachable. But you have just 2 connections, and you expect us to believe that you have put in the work. If you cannot put in the work in your own personal brand, you want me to believe as a recruiter that you have somehow put in the work into your work. I want you to come up on board for me as a brand strategist, but I can't see the executable strategies you claim to know and have executed for other brands on your own personal brand. If you want to sew me a cloth, all right, there's an adage in Africa that if I want to hire a seamstress or a fashion designer, I need to look at what they are wearing. What are you wearing? If you're wearing Rickett's clothes, there's a likelihood that I would believe that the first impression is that this is what you're going to produce for me. So I need to see the results you have said you've produced on you yourself. All right. So your personal brand is no longer a fake it till you make it strategy. It's a long-term career currency. So it goes beyond your job, because somehow, at some point, you're going to leave your job and you are going to try to transition whether into another organization, or you're going to transition into starting something of your own. Why should I trust you as a client approaching you for a contract, or you approach me for a contract and I can't see you, you're invisible on social media, and you're not a serial killer? Do you see? So it goes beyond a fake it till you make it strategy. All right. Recruiters, opportunities, the people who have the opportunities, the people who have access to these doors, do not find the best candidates. They find the ones that are most strategic. All right. I hope with that you are already clear on why we are doing this, because there's a narrative out there that makes it look as though, okay, there are some people that are just faking it. They are looking so good on social media and they are not so good online. And then you are good, you make the noise. Tell us about what you can do. You don't fight the evil. You project the good that you can do. Do you see what I'm saying? All right. So there are CV secrets that actually beat the system. Let's go right into it. All right. Now, understand that in this particular digital age, your CV must now pass 2 systems. Number 1 is the ATS system. The global companies and remote jobs use this, all right? And number 2 is the human recruiters, the local HR teams. Before your resume gets to the HR team, all right, it must have passed through this ATS. And there are key global strategies that the ATS must find executed on your resume or your CV. All right. So these are some of the secrets that work internationally. Number 1 is you must use the job description keywords exactly. And this is very important. You might have a generic resume that if they ask you, send me your resume, you have something like that. But when it comes to applying to a job, you must seek to tailor your resume, do you see, to the job description. Now you have a general resume that speaks to operations, but now they are looking for an AI operational manager. You have to tailor your resume once you have the experience. This is not about lying. It just means that your resume is not a one size fits all. Do you see? All right. So avoid creative job titles. They are looking for a digital marketer. Now you have gone to write a brand international strategist community manager. Even though you can do the work, but your job title already doesn't speak to say, like, this job title does not look like what we're looking for. All right. Also ensure that you use clean formatting. All right. Don't use images. Don't put your picture. I would say this again and again. I see no reason why your picture should be on your resume. You already give the system or the local HR handling the recruiting process a reason to be biased if they need to be. For example, e.g., just hypothetically, the person doesn't like fair people, and for some weird reason, you just turned out to be fair. And I don't know if you know these things. There are things that actually happen, all right, in real time. And like, oh, why is he smiling so much? What's this picture? This one will be proud. And you've not said the word, you are qualified, but you have added an image of yourself to a resume that already disqualifies you. No tables. I don't know why you are putting a table. It's not a project work. It's not a project thesis. All right. Prioritize another key strategy that works, all right, for an ATS friendly resume is prioritize relevance over design. Prioritize relevance over design. All right. Some people are so particular about the UI UX design of their resume as against the relevance of their experience. So now you have put one in a box, you have put another in a bubble with a sprinkle of flowers here and there. Forget those things. All right. Use their standard ATS friendly versions of resumes, and if you hang in there to the end of this class, there's actually a template, all right, that we are going to be sharing right here. All right. So what are the key winning CV formulas that you need? You need a job title on your resume, plus keywords, plus measurable results. Don't forget, this is the winning formula. The job title plus keywords of the job description plus measurable results. So don't just stick keywords in a resume, but we can't see results that you have done on the previous role. So for example, you are saying, I manage office staff. You are applying for an administrative role. All right. It's not just about putting the job title, all right, or the keywords. There must be measurable results. I coordinated an administrative operations process for 30 plus staff. Do you see? There are measurable results. There are things that you did. All right. Please also in your resume, and we're going to speak to that in the next slide, do not just write about what you did. Some people just copy and paste. I wrote what do you call it? I managed the office administrative activities. To what end? What did you achieve? How many people did you manage? That's what we're looking at. Measurable results within a time frame. All right. So for example, I coordinated administrative operations of 30 plus staff, reducing turnaround time by 25%. What did you do on that job that made the organization better? That's what I want to know. I don't really care as a recruiter what you are going to be doing you've been doing in the last 6 months. It's really none of my business. What I want to know is how what you have done in the last 6 months has improved and scaled results in the previous role. So that's me. You're telling me that I have a track record of results. It's so amazing because we apply this in our day-to-day life, and we don't want to apply it in applying for roles because we think organizations are just paper and bricks or brick wall and papers. No, there are human beings there. They need to be able to trust you. Now your name is Peter. You are coming all the way across from Africa. I'm trying to recruit you from the United States. I've never met you before. The first thing I'm seeing about you is your resume. You need to convince me that you've done this before and you can do it in my organization, even without saying a word. Do you see? All right. So the other secrets to your resume, to having a fantastic and a job optimized resume, is impact driven storytelling. Listen to this. Recruiters don't hire outcomes. Pardon me, recruiters actually don't hire responsibilities. I was in charge of monitoring the day-to-day and evaluation of data. No, nobody's I'm not looking for the responsibilities you were given. For heaven's sakes, you could have been given the responsibilities and you didn't deliver on them. What I'm looking for is when on the last job, in the last 3 years, you've been working, what were the outcomes you got on that role? So I'm going to be giving you what we call the star plus numbers method. What was the situation? What was the task that you were assigned? All right. The situation is the organization. You were working with a startup firm. What was the task assigned to you? What did you do? And what did that action produce as results? Do you see? So if this, have this at the back of your mind as a global CV rule. If it is not measurable, all right, it is not employable. Do you see? All right. If it is not measurable, it is actually forgettable. So if you are not saying that I did this, for example, if you look at my resume, in the last 3 cohorts at my current organization, I've mentored about 20 plus what do you call it? Digital marketing mentees that has led to about over 50 or 60,000 dollars in revenue. Bam! You showed me in the last 2 years that's what you've done. Do you see? Which speaks to the fact that once you begin to hit your KPIs, you must have an achievement notebook. It's not for pride. There must be something, a digital journal where you are writing. Once you hit a milestone at work, you delivered on a project, you write it there. I did this, so that you have a compilation of the achievements you've hit in the last 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Do you see? So in your resume or your CV, this is how to upgrade it. Number 1, replace the duties with achievements. I didn't just manage office task. I managed 25 plus people, all right? And I reduced the overhead cost of administrative processes by 30% in the last 2 years. That is employable. That's the impact, all right? Use numbers, use the revenue, use money, time saved, the growth of the organization. You led business development efforts that led to the growth of the organization in revenue by 25% in less than 6 months. Put it there. Don't say, I worked as the manager. I don't care as a recruiter. So what did you do? What were the impacts that was achievable, all right? Add impact bullets first under each role. Do you see? So when, let's say, for example, this is your resume, you have written the experience. My last experience with ABC International Company. The first line, I achieved so and so by 20% in less than 3 years. That's the first thing I want to see. In fact, there's a beautiful part where you can actually highlight it and embolden it. The reason is because the first person that will go through the first system that is going to be looking through your resume is actually an ATS. It's a bot. It's an AI. So once that is highlighted, it's telling it that look at this. This is what you'd have to learn to speak the language of the machine before it now gets to the HR, who is a human being. Do you see? All right. Also understand this, that this is a pro tip. Anywhere, all right, top global candidates always ask, what changed because I was there? What did I do differently? And that's why when I tell you that when you're applying for a role and you get a job and you see that you're not really doing anything and you think you are happy being on that role, you think it's the favor of God. It is not. You are doing yourself a disservice when you get a role and you are not delivering on the job. You are just freelancing, quote and unquote. You are just having a free day and say, oh, that place, there's not so much work. It's going to tell, because in the next 5 to 10 years, you are not going to be able to tell me how much you have improved. Because if you are not growing the organization, you are not growing as a person. And listen to this very carefully. The impact you bring on the job does not affect the organization first. It affects you first. So don't get on a job and say, oh, the workload is not so much. In fact, I'm just free as a bird. We just go clock in and out. Don't do that. All right. So I'm going to give a free examples. I've already stated them here. All right. Increase sales by 40% in 6 months through client follow-ups. That should be probably for a sales rep or a BDR. All right. I reduced customer complaints by 30% through process redesign. Do you see? I manage remote coordination across 3 departments, leading to 25% efficiency in overall work hours. Do you see? All right. So profound. So profound. All right. Are we getting something? All right. And then we are now going to the LinkedIn secrets. All right. If you execute this, I can tell you that your resume is good to go. All right. But that is not enough. that is not enough. Your LinkedIn is no longer just a networking platform. It's literally your digital resume. Before they even look at your resume, somebody is already checking you out on LinkedIn. All right. So we're going to be sharing LinkedIn secrets that actually help you be findable, be discoverable, and then be reachable. All right. So number one, all right, your LinkedIn profile is your digital headquarters. Someone's like, I know how to do so much, but you have not listed it out. You have not mentioned it on your LinkedIn profile. Everything is in your mind. All right. So on platforms like LinkedIn, recruiters are searching using keywords. They are not just searching for anything. They are looking for, let's say an organization is looking for a BDR. They are looking for business development representatives. But imagine on your LinkedIn profile, you've not even written that out there, that you actually do this. All right. Recruiters will scan first your headline. They look for headline, your about section, your feature section. All right. So let me give you the winning structure for a headline formula that works. If you're with me, can you say I'm with you? All right. You can just drop it in the chat box that I'm with you. All right. So number one, all right, is the heading formula. This is how to write your LinkedIn formula. All right. This is how to write your LinkedIn formula. Am I still sharing my screen? Okay, let me just go back there. Good. Number one is your role. Business development representative, business development manager. Your skills, lead generation, partnerships, the value. I help organization do so, and so. And then you can add industry keywords. Did you get that? Your role plus your skills plus the value and then industry keywords. Your role that you are looking for. If you are looking for a job, what is the role you are looking for? Before you write big English, that should be the first thing. Someone's like, I'm a potential human development. No, put what you are looking for. You are a job seeker. Put the role and then the skills that is required on the role and then the value you bring to the table. For example, I'm an HR professional, talent development. Then I help organizations or companies hire and retain top clients. You can now at the end add any other industry keywords. HR professional, talent development. Then I help organizations or company hire and retain top clients. All right. The about section is not where you tell the family story. I've been through so much, but now I'm coming out as a shining star. No, it's about who you are. I'm an HR professional. All right. I've been doing this for the past 21 years. I help organizations do so and so, and I have achieved so and so. Simple. It doesn't have to be an epistle. 1 Corinthians, 2 Corinthians, and 3 Corinthians, if there's anything like that. Who are you? I'm a digital marketer, all right, with over 17 years work experience. I have helped organizations in social media, SEO strategy, You have all that. I help organizations, expand their visibility, reach out to the clients that they need, and be seen by top organizations. And I have done this for over 12 clients or 12 organizations in the last 15 years. Do you see? And never think local. What you ask yourself, would a recruiter in London or Dublin or Dubai understand me in 10 seconds? Let it be simple, clear to the point. Don't add any unnecessary, except you have now become an industry leader where you don't really care whether anybody sees you or not. Imagine you are a Tony Elumelu. You are just, I'm CEO. Like, deal with it. Do you see? All right. Would a recruiter, you are looking for a job, you're an entry level, mid level, associate level. Sounds like I've been on a job for 5 years, so I don't really need to do this. You need to, because your organization might not be forever. The role might not be forever. You need to be findable by the right people. Would a recruiter in London click on your LinkedIn profile and understand you in 10 seconds? That, oh, this is an HR person. Not that they are still wondering, what does he really do? Is he a designer or is he an HR person? Or what is it? The moment we lose them in the next first seconds, we've lost them. Because recruiters don't really have time. They're headhunting for talent. Do you see? All right, so the next secret will be the algorithm and authority. This is where the game begins to change, because you can have that all set up and you are not positioning yourself to be seen by the right people and nobody notices you. All right. LinkedIn rewards visibility and engagement. This is not fake it till you make it. And this is why I'm going to be sharing some strategies. All right. Because LinkedIn, like any other social media platform or any other networking platform, rewards visibility and engagement, not silence. You cannot be shy if you're actually going to be on platforms like this. You want to be found by the right people. So it's like, but I'm on a job. What about speaking opportunities? What about contractual opportunities? What about advocacy opportunities? It's not about the job. It's not just about the job and the money you earn on the job. It's about giving back to your generation. Do you see? So what are the global strategies that work for building visibility, authority on the LinkedIn algorithm? Number one is posting 2-3 times weekly. All right. Consistency beats perfection. Sounds like, but I don't know so much. Share insights, not just achievements. What did you learn today? All right. What happened to you at work today? What is one thing that is changing your life? All right. Number 3, comment meaningfully on industry. Don't just say, well said, profound. No, give your 1 or 2. Sounds like I don't know what to say. They've said everything. They've not said everything. If you need to mirror what somebody else said, well said. I believe the strategic approach to human development is the main. You are just repeating what somebody else said. Do you see? Comment meaningfully. Don't just say you drop fire emoji. It's not TikTok. All right, use keywords, all right, that recruiters are searching for, even when you are setting up your, okay, we already talked that in the last slide, all right, and then this is how to build your search presence. Your skills section should be optimized. This is an overlooked area. What are the skills? Because sometimes you have your LinkedIn profile set up, but your skills section is not even speaking to what you say you can do. So there's this is a strategy I will always give. Look at your areas of expertise on your professional summary, your resume, and add the skills you've listed: talent development, HR, this and that, headhunting. Do you see? Add them as skills, because the day a job opening is opening in that direction, even LinkedIn itself will recommend to you. And this is how you know your skill section is not optimized. You are actually a digital marketer, but LinkedIn is recommending to you tree tutor, account tutor. They are looking for account tutor in the Eastern region, and it's because your skill section is not optimized for what you're looking for. All right. Then your job titles, of course, should be aligned with industry standards, and then endorsements also work. Endorsement from credible people. That's why you have to learn to, even when you're walking away from employment, leave and close those doors very strategically and gently. Do you see? Don't just bang the door and say, oh, they didn't treat me well, just slam the door. People are doors. Do you see? You need endorsements from some of these people. Request for recommendation. Please, can you recommend me on LinkedIn? Just put in a good word. Somebody sees that, the owner of this organization put in a good word for this person. Oh, they must be credible. Do you see? All right. And then also on your LinkedIn profile, remember to write open to remote opportunities on your profile. All right. Engage like a professional, not a job seeker. They're like, somebody posts, I'm looking for a social media manager. Please, I'm here. You didn't say anything to what their pain points are. Nothing. When any post where they are complaining about job search, that's where we find you. You know, this job search has not been easy. You are complaining. You are not even positioning yourself strategically. Comment and engage like a professional, not a job seeker. Don't be too needy. All right. Please send me a job. If you know, what are you offering? Offer services. Speak like a professional, somebody who has something to offer, not somebody who's seeking to take from organizations. All right. My time is running. All right. So then let's move to the personal branding secrets, all right, which is your positioning. This is the game changer. This is where it all begins to wrap up together. All right. Listen to this very carefully. If you have optimized your resume, you have optimized your LinkedIn profile, but your personal brand itself begins to speak to something else. Let's say, for example, you're an HR professional or a digital marketer, and I come to your profile, or I check your social media, or I even check you out on Google. And today you are this, tomorrow you are that, tomorrow you are an influencer, yesterday you are a carpenter, tomorrow you are now become a motivational speaker, 3 days ago you were a career coach, 13 years ago you are this, you are a side hustler, now you have a startup. If you confuse people, you will lose opportunities. This is how to position yourself as a person on social media, all right, on LinkedIn or any other platform. choose your niche, all right? It could be HR, it could be career coaching, it could be marketing, it could be tech. Just pick an industry, pick a niche, all right? Define in time your audience. Understand that if you are saying you're positioning yourself as a marketer, but you are building a startup, the way you position yourself is different from somebody who is actually a job seeker. Do you see? Are you positioning yourself to be found by recruiters, or you are positioning yourself to be found by founders or clients? Define your audience in time. Do you see? Whether recruiters, whether founders, whether other professionals, all right? And then define in time your value promise. What problem will you solve? What problem are you looking to solve? Remember, before you begin to look for monetary value in turn or opportunities, you must be willing to put value on the table. A lot of people don't want to put value on the table, but they are looking to take from organizations. What value are you going to be bringing to the table? What problem will you be solving for people? Somebody is looking for solution out there. What problem are you willing to solve? Okay, I'll be solving the challenge of SEO. A lot of organizations don't understand the key stakeholders in the execution of SEO strategies. This is what I'm going to be talking about. So that when I find your page, when I find you on social media, I'm like, that's the SEO guy. He's always talking about SEO. That's what he's always talking about. The day I have an SEO challenge, guess who I'm going to come to? I'm going to come to Chike. I'm going to come to Nana Adjoa, because I know for sure that's the person who talks about that. I'm going to mention one name, and a lot of you will already know what this person is about. Aproko Doctor. He's a medical person, but you are not thinking about him when you want to, when you're having malaria. No, but when you're looking for medical advice, unsolicited medical advice, he comes to mind. Do you see? He's the person who comes to mind. Please, are we still together?
Yeah, we are.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. So, a weak brand looks like this. I do many things. A strong brand looks like this. I help young professionals land roles through CV and LinkedIn positioning. That's my own brand. Do you see? All right. Everything I'm doing is tailored. What I'm doing here is tailored to that direction. All right. I'm looking at how can I position the next generation of young professionals to land the next role, all right, through their CV, their LinkedIn positioning, their brand positioning, all right. This is what made me go about building Career 360. We go after the young school grads. Let me look at your resume. You're doing this wrong. Let's help you. I'm not looking for the mid-senior level guys, all right. That's not my audience. I'm speaking to the guys who are just building from the scratch. Let people know what you stand for, all right. So understand that your personal brand is what people say about you when you're not in the room. Because in rooms where you're not in, that's where doors are being opened. Conversations about you are being like, that guy's not this guy is more of like an influencer kind of person. Let's bring this other person. Is more strategically positioned for what we want to do. Conversations like that are happening. So the question is, when they mention your name in those rooms, what are they talking about you? What is it about you that is the value they are talking? Oh, this guy is more of a headhunter. Let's not go in that direction. Let's go in this other person. This person talks more about learning and development and talent development. Do you see? All right. So your personal brand is what is being said about you when you are not in the room. All right. And then the personal branding, where we're talking about trust and authority. People hire, I already spoke about that. People hire what they can trust. All right. And that's why you build a personal brand. Building a personal brand is just, I've said it again, it's not about faking it till you make it. All right. It's about you are building trust on the gram. You are building trust on your digital footprint. You are building trust across the globe. Do you see? Somebody needs to be able to check you out and say, oh, he has done this in the last 5 years. He's been doing this for the last 3 years. Okay, let's try him out. Do you see? All right. And this is how to build authority globally. Share case studies, real results. My mentees currently in the organization where I currently work, build real case studies. I worked on this particular project for FIFA, for Coca-Cola, for the FIFA World Cup 2026. Share these case studies online. This is what I did. Don't be afraid to be wrong. Don't be afraid to fail. Document your journey publicly. I just finished taking, so someone's like, everybody's always announcing on LinkedIn, I just finished this course. It's because if you don't share it publicly, nobody will know where you actually did it. All right. Teach what you know, even in small insights. Somebody just spoke to you about how to position yourself on the ground. You should be talking about that. I just learned how to do this, so join me on this journey. Share your real story, all right? Show your proof of work on social media, on LinkedIn, on the gram, especially on LinkedIn, your portfolio. If you are a professional, whether you're a writer, a digital product provider, you must have a portfolio, or a portfolio that speaks to the testimonials of clients you have worked with. Do you see? Show workings, like the Gen Zs will say. Show workings, clock it. All right. This is a power strategy. Teach, don't just tell. Don't just tell them I do this. Teach them. This is how to build a resume from the scratch. These are the strategies to building an SEO strategy on a website. Key 1, key 2, key 3. Teach people. Be willing to share this content, okay? All right, these are some of the content and ideas you can start with. What I learned from my first job in Ghana, all right? At least you've worked on 2 or 3 jobs. Share those lessons, all right? And tailor it to the niche you're working towards. How I solved this problem at work. All right, these are my lessons from applying for remote jobs. You'll be shocked how many people are actually facing some of those challenges and are like, I found this insightful and helpful. All right, these are CV mistakes I made and I fixed it. All right. And then these are strategies that you can actually implement in the next 7 days. In the next 7 days. Number 1, day 1, all right? You can sit down and rewrite your CV with keywords and the strategies we've shared. Come back to this video, look at what is wrong on your CV. If your CV still looks like a storybook, you are doing it wrong. Your CV should look like an execution plan. All right, it should look like a proposal. This is what I will bring to your organization if I come on board. This is what I've done so far. We have done this for this client in the last 3 years. It is a proposal of yourself. All right, so take 2 days. Sit down with that resume and write it with keywords. Let AI help you, all right? Write it with keywords and results. Results. Someone's like, but I've not done results. Then get on internships. Get on volunteering. Get on volunteering opportunities. Do you see? One of my top mentorship, 2 actually, of my 2 mentorship achievements, all right, and results that I got them on volunteering. Number 1, the Tolu Elumelu Foundation. Do you see? It's a volunteering opportunity. And you mentor somebody for almost a year. Do you know what that means? That you are on somebody, you are just mentoring them, the business plan, the business proposal, this one must be done, this one must be done. The other one was Global Mentorship Initiative, Washington, D.C. That expands your knowledge. You understand what is currently working, because most of these organizations are constantly improving. So you're on a job, they've not even trained you on this particular aspect, but you're volunteering on another role, all right, that requires maybe about less than 10 hours of your time per week. All right, so results. That's how to get results. All right, that's on the buy side. Day 3, optimize your LinkedIn headline and your about section. All right, you can go back and watch this video and see how to do that. Number 4, update your skills and your feature section. Take your time. I tell you, if you take your time and do these things, in no time, you'll discover that you begin to connect with the right people on this platform. Day 5 and 6, post 1 valuable insight on LinkedIn. Just 1. Start with the first thing. It doesn't have to be perfect. It could just be a random picture of yourself, look neat, look professional, and talk about it. And then engage the 7, begin to engage with 10 industry posts. No random posts. Not Jehovah will make it. Not Jehovah will bless you. Look at strategic industry posts that are meaningful and in the direction of your niche. Engage and talk about what you know. I don't know so much. Mirror what somebody has said. Pick up what somebody has said. Regurgitate it. Yes, that's the word. Regurgitate it. Pick it, chew it up, and from your own understanding, rewrite what somebody else has wrote. Well said. I believe what you have said so much. This is just a strategic pain point in our industry. Do you see? All right. Small daily actions is actually cumulative into long-term career visibility. Daily, a step at a time, a step at a time. All right. So if you forget everything I've shared today, remember, number 1, your CV will get you shortlisted. Number 2, your LinkedIn gets you discovered. Number 3, your personal brand gets you chosen. The reason why you are building a personal brand, because you are not going to be building for somebody else forever. You are not going to be on that job forever. Max 45 years of work experience. So after then, what? After then, what are you going to do with your personal brand? Is that when you are now going to come on social media and say, I just got retired? And then that's what the mistakes a lot of our parents did. They worked so much, 0 visibility, 0 impact out there. And then when they're done, they open a car wash. They open a car wash. And They don't even know what to do with the money, the pension money. All right. So once you begin to look at do I want to become in the next 30, 40 years, what is the legacy I'm building? You will start from yesterday. Do you see? It's not just about the job you're on, it's the impact you're seeking to, leave behind, the legacy you're seeking to leave behind. All right. Even once you're off, active service. All right. Because in today's world, if they can't find you, they can't hire you, they can't choose you. Do you see? Because the world is flat right now. The world is flat. Everyone is reachable. Anyone is reachable. You just need to be rightly positioned. All right. Thank you so much. Career 360 has a free career toolkit for you that has a professional resume template. You can scan the QR code, a portfolio template if you need one. All right. An Upwork success guide for freelancers, an interview preparation guide, a Canva basics class, because Canva is like literally what you need to, personally brand yourself, just in case you need to write codes and all that. Career AI tools for beginners also included, a LinkedIn free book, and access to a free career community and a Payoneer setup. Thank you so much. All right. And thank you for having me. Thank you, Estella. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toby. Oh, please, let's give her a clap with an emoji. This has been an amazing session. Thank you so much, ma'am. There are so many takeaways from this session. I think I've placed in the chat box that we could just drop in there what you've learned, and then let's keep our questions coming. So I think my first one for you, ma'am, is for those who are maybe multi-talented and they want to make sure that they get different sides of income from all the talents that they can offer. How can they create a niche on social media without confusing their audience?
That's such a beautiful question, Estella. I think it's fantastic because I myself am a multidimensional person, all right? And one of the things I would say to you is that you are not strange, all right? You are not an outlier. There's so many multidimensional people out there. And what you need to do is just understand number one, what is the key value I want to be known for? What is the key value provision or the key value service point I want to be known for? And on what platform? So I'm going to give you an example of myself. If you see me on Instagram, what you will find of me on Instagram is different from what you find of me on LinkedIn. I'm providing value on Instagram at a level, and on LinkedIn, because the target audience I'm reaching out to is actually different on LinkedIn, I provide the service that is tailored to them. That is a dimension of me. All right. There's a dimension of me you will find on Instagram that is providing to another audience. Do you see? When you now go to TikTok, there's now an expression of me on TikTok that is different, just tailored to that particular audience. You don't have to shut any of the streams down. If you're multidimensional, you don't have to shut any of those streams down. They must flow to the audience that God has ordained for them, because you didn't put those expressions in yourself. God placed them there, and they must find an expression. The question is, who needs this? The issue is that we are trying to channel all the values into the same system. It doesn't have to be. If you write a book for professionals, launch it on LinkedIn. Leave Instagram out of it if you want to be known for something else. All right. For example, you're a preacher of the gospel. You can preach on TikTok. Do you see? If you want to talk about policy advisory, come on LinkedIn and tell us about that. Do you see? Do you see? You can be by God's grace, I'm a preacher of the gospel. I'm a career development, talent development professional. I'm also an author, and also I lead two communities that are offering the two different values to the two different communities. No Excuse Circle attends to founders and C-suite executive. Career 360 attends to young professionals. I don't post on the same communities for the both of them. Do you see? So find where the audience is, or the audiences are, and then give them the value at that level. Do you see? And I have about 3 different portfolios for these 3 different expressions. Do you see? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you so much for that response. I mean, that was very insightful. And I think that when you were talking about the aspect of volunteerism and all that, so how would you advise a fresh graduate? Like, what should they focus on? Should they focus on, if somebody just graduated, should they focus more on networking, or they should focus more on volunteerism, or they should just focus on, which aspect do you think it's more in terms of higher than the other, or they should just mix all that?
All right, thank you so much. For a young school leader, a leaver, or a young professional, listen, visibility is useless if you have no value to bring to the table. You are visible. Visibility would open the door. Competency is what will actually keep those doors open. So for a young professional, you need more competency than visibility. You can start building visibility right now, but you are not expecting to blow. But even your visibility strategy is to meet with those that you are willing to learn from. You are not coming to teach. What you just left school. What are you teaching? Volunteer, serve, add value first. In the next 5 years, be volunteering, be actively improving yourself, serving organizations, even whether volunteering or in active service, paid role or anything. Gain competency first. Competency should be the focus of a young professional. I'm not saying you won't position yourself rightly on social media or on LinkedIn or any of the networking platforms, but the goal of your networking should be competency. That I'm networking not just to be seen, but to gain competency from people that I'm going to connect with. I would love to serve you. Imagine you blow up and you're like, what can you do? I would love to be your PA. I would love to serve as your virtual assistant. Do you see? Gain competency first. Add value, the skills, before you can now begin to push for, more networking opportunities. Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. So please let's keep our questions coming. You can just raise up your hand if you want to ask our facilitator a question, or you can just drop that in the chat as well. So another question I have for you is, what are some of the mistakes that you think that young people make when they are applying for jobs? I mean, Karen, you've touched on so many of them in your presentation in terms of your CV and all that. But what are some of the things that you've learned in your journey that you wish that your younger self would have known better? Yeah.
Okay. Looking back, I think if you tailor the question as one of the things I wish I knew earlier was the role of mentors. The role of mentors, all right, on your career journey. Somebody to take you by the hand and just show you the way. There's a PA with me here, okay? All right, somebody who will take you by the hand and assist you on that journey. I wish I had somebody earlier, and eventually I did, all right, and it really facilitated my career growth. The moment I found somebody who could take me by the hand and tell me, this is how to do it in this industry, don't do it this way, don't do it that way, this will work, this won't work. It was a game changer for me, because there were mistakes I would have made that they were like, even most of the referrals I got were also from mentors. Do you see? Mentors will be willing to open doors for you, and those people who would take you up on those roles will take it off the credit of the credibility of your mentors.
Wow. Okay. I think our little PA is just showing up there. Okay. All right. Thank you. I think I'll read what I see in the chat. I think this is a comment from Eric. He says that people are doors and be careful how to close them. I think that is his key takeaway. I think I also see someone has dropped something on YouTube. I think I now understand the things. Thank you so much, Ma. So these are just a lot of applause coming in for you for the insightful presentation that you've given us today. Yeah. So I think that you're talking about mentorship. In that sense, how can one find a mentor in this current time?
I know in an age where a lot of mentors are becoming tormentors, it can be quite tricky, right? But one thing I would say is that you don't need direct access to a mentor until you have consumed at least 85% of their resource materials. A lot of people are actually not looking for mentors, they're looking for validation. It's just the orphan spirit. I've found this person. Look at me. I'm taking picture with Tony Elumelu. What do you want to do with access to Elumelu at this point? How many of these materials have you consumed? Your mentor has written 4 books. You have read none. The person you want to as mentor has written 4 books. You have not one. You have not read. 55 videos on YouTube. Watch none. You have not even attempted to execute some of these strategies yourself before you ask for a mentor. Do you see? And then, so when you've been able to do all that, all right, and you see that, okay, there's still a hand-holding that is needed. Do you see? One of the things you look out is somebody whose values are aligned with yours. All right, because don't go and take a mentor that will become a tormentor. Values are more important than skills, because you will not only learn of what they are teaching you, you will learn of the spirit by which they are speaking. So by the values, you shall know them. So somebody is speaking, there's a trend right now, somebody, a known authority figure that a lot of women would have felt would be a mentor to them, is speaking and is saying that prostitution is a strategy for money making. The moment you see those, that's why it's even better for you, at least in a space of time, to observe your mentor, your faves, and say, let me see if there's a level of madness I should avoid, and just learn from afar. Do you see? Once the value align, then you can begin to make efforts, attend their conferences. All right. If they're in a place, meet up with them. Number 2, strategy. The biggest way to actually get on the top list of your mentor is serve them. What are you doing, ma? You are doing a conference. Can I serve? Can I be the PA for this meeting? Can I help in organization? Do you see? This is how to actually leverage relationships. Be willing, just have this at the back of your mind that when I'm going into any relationship, be more conscious about what you are bringing to the table, all right? What value we are bringing to the table than what you're going to take out of it. And this is in a generation where everybody's saying that I am the table. My dear, you are not. You are not. You must bring value beyond your standing as a human being to the table. And this is not about the table. If you know, you know. It's not about relationships, okay? So think about how can I serve this person? What can I bring to these dynamics, okay? Before I begin to ask for something. When you serve, you will begin to notice some things that you would not have known, some just unspoken rules of success you would observe in how they live their lives. You discover the disciplines of success beyond what they will tell you. They can tell you these are the 13 steps, but you forgot that the 13 steps that is telling you wakes up by 3 a.m. every day. But you, 8:30, you are still snoring on the bed. Say la.
All right. Thank you so much. I mean, these are really great nuggets you shared in terms of how to find a good mentor and how we ought to do our part in making sure that we really know them better. And then, I mean, that's a great way to have a good relationship with them and actually grow with them in that sense. But I wanted to ask this other one. You know that I think I saw it on LinkedIn one time when somebody was talking about people with different temperaments and how people who are quiet naturally seem to not have a voice, or sometimes they are looked down upon because it looks like the person who is the loudest in the room is the one who is getting the visibility, as we've touched on earlier. How you advise somebody like that who can get a job done, but they kind of like don't know how to really express it? Where should they start from, to get out of that shell?
Okay, so what we need to first of all deal with is the underlying mindset that makes you feel like your personality is a permanent situation. Your personality type is not a permanence of nature, it is adjustable. Even though you can be reserved, the value you bring to the table doesn't have to be. You can build systems that allow your values be visible to the world without actively showing up. Do you see? And this is what I mean. You are a reserved person. Staff somebody, staff that strength. Get somebody, get in a partnership, get in a collaborative work. Oh, can you help me manage my LinkedIn? I'm always very shy. I can send you voice notes of what my thoughts are. How about you can even leverage AI if you don't have money to employ a PA and record what you're saying to ChatGPT and let it type it out for you and tell me, arrange these thoughts I just told you now, all right, in a very presentable way. It's my thought. Just rearrange it for me. And the underlying mindset is what I actually touched on, is that you think that that personality is a permanent situation. It is not. You can rearrange the weaknesses of your personality and work on them. You can, if they say that the requirements to success is visibility, and you are saying, no, me, I don't want to be seen online. You are and you are not a Nepo baby. I don't know if you get. You are not born, you are not a trust fund child. So the question is, how do we now find you? I'm not sure you understand. If you can fix that mindset, there are ways around this thing. I can set up systems that allow me be seen. I can collaborate with other people and staff my weaknesses. Number 3, I can re-engineer my mind, rewire my mind. I can also leverage AI. It's where you think you are standing. You think that where I am, based on my personality, there's nothing I can do. When you tell you there's actually a way out of this, the moment you have value to bring to the table. Do you see? Find a way to scale that value. Find a way to bring that value to the table globally, even without showing up, or showing up with the help of other tools or other collaborators.
much. Thank you so much for that as well. I think that this has been a great session. I have a lot of comments from YouTube. I think I'm just going to go there quickly and then share that as we wrap up. So I think this is from Peter again. This is Peter Ado. He said that this has been a master class truly. And I see this one is Yaman as well. She says that this is so educational and inspiring. So I think that all our participants are just well fed. They really got everything, check when it comes to their expectations being met. So thank you so much once again, Madam Toby Davidson, for sharing these amazing nuggets with us, taking time of your busy schedule to share this with us. This has just been so great and insightful. Thank you so much
Thank you
once
so much
again.
for having me. Thank you for having me. Thank you, the American Corner Agbogba, for having me. Mobile Web Ghana. Estella, thank you for having me. I really am grateful. Thank you, everyone. I hope you got something. All right. Please do well to drop your comments or your questions. If you can also reach me on LinkedIn, I believe. All right. If you need to connect, just search for Toby Jane Davidson. I think I'm the only Toby Jane Davidson globally. So it's easy. It's an easy find. All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you everyone for joining. Thank you for the engagement as well. In the chat box, you will see that we have a link to our WhatsApp group where we can get more updates to more insightful programs we have upcoming. So do well to join us on our WhatsApp. So it can be easier to just get the information of programs we are coming to do to you, as well as just please do well to answer the polls that have been placed on the screen as well before you leave. Thank you so much once again, everyone, and do have a great day. Bye.
Bye, everyone.